Hello, I wanted to show a quick demo of the recent changes we've made to permissions and roles for your Aptable organization. If you go into Settings, Roles, you now are presented with a filterable dashboard view for your roles and environments and permissions. As you can see here, at the top we have a set of filters, so you can filter by the role, you can filter by the member, and you can filter by the environment. This provides very quick access to finding exactly what you want if you know what you're looking for. Further, we also have a CSV button, so if you click that, it will export exactly what you see on the screen, but in a CSV format. This will make it easier, hopefully, for security and compliance evidence gathering. So if we go back here, the default view hides all environments without permissions. We felt like this was a better default to just showing what is enabled on for each role for each environment. As you can see, there are some roles that don't have any environments checked. That's because, you know, if we show all the environments, you'll see that a lot of these just don't have any permissions at all. So we can reset that. Account owner and deploy owner are up at the top. We don't need to show a matrix for those two roles because they have environment admin permissions by default, and it's not something that can be configured. If you go into a role and click edit and click environments, you now are presented with the same matrix screen with the ability to make changes as you see fit. Previously, the screen was really long and drawn out, and it was difficult to understand what permissions were activated where without scrolling through the whole page. Now it's a more condensed matrix table that makes it a lot more readable. Furthermore, if you make a change, you'll see that some permissions are inherited. So for example, if any permission is enabled for an environment, basic visibility must be enabled. So we set that all up for the user. And then if you hover over the check mark, which is blue instead of green, the blue is meant to indicate that it is inherited from a different permission. And you can even see if you hover over it, inherited from deployment permission. If we were to uncheck these, basic visibility would be unchecked. If we check environment admin, all of them are checked. So you can see here, the green means that that is the direct permission that's enabled, and the blue check means that those are inherited from the environment admin permission. Furthermore, we noticed that the roles are viewing the roles and permissions for your organization is hidden behind a bunch of setting screens. We felt like it would be better user experience if we surfaced those permissions where the user is. So if they're in an environment and they click settings, they can now see the permissions matrix specifically for that environment in the settings screen. And you can even hover over the members to see exactly who has permissions by role. That same permissions matrix lives inside of apps as well. So if you go to an app detail settings, you can also see the permissions here. And these are inherited from the environment. The same goes for databases. If you go in here to database detail settings, you'll see the same permission matrix in the database view.